Hey, good morning, everybody. It's your boy LB. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about today's success, I guess, on some of the video content that I posted. If anybody's followed me in the past, I kind of like throw crap on YouTube a lot of times about how they make it so hard for people to actually have their content reach the audience. And I cracked the code on this one video. I mean, it was very simple. I mean, if anybody really wants to know how to beat YouTube's algorithms, it's very, very simple in one regard. The one thing you have to do, no matter what, is concentrate, develop, and produce a clickbait thumbnail worthy thumbnail for YouTube. That's the only thing you have to worry about. Yes, you can make your content really nice so the audience will actually stick and watch with it for a while. You know, that I think that's all important. Don't get me wrong here, okay? However, you've got to get YouTube to vet you. The only way YouTube will vet you is if it crosses the thumbnail threshold. That is the only fucking thing I've ever seen that matters. Let me give you an example. I posted this video with me doing a reaction video on diet, which I feel like not necessarily my video is the most important, but the content was very important because it's got two camps, two tribes saying, who will be the victor? And I think that's very important when it comes to our health, bottom line. Our health is very important. So I noticed that the person that made the video with the two that were interviewed didn't really get a lot of views. In my opinion, she didn't cross like a good threshold. Granted, she's killing me in the amount of views she's probably had, but me making my video on the side probably increased her view count. Because somebody probably watched a certain amount of that one and was like, look, I got to see the whole thing. Because he's not only, they watched mine and they probably like, he made a 50-minute long video on just 20 something minutes worth of that one. So I want to see exactly what they're saying. Then I'll come back. Maybe I'll watch the rest of his stuff. So why am I saying all this? Because her video should be like in the 200,000, should be in the millions. It's so many people follow Dr. Anthony Chapey. So many people probably follow Dr. Nagra. And then at the crux here, now you got the two in competition. Now, what was interesting to me, I thought was kind of funny. Like, I've been reading some of the comments. Well, first of all, let me say this. I posted that and I made a thumbnail for it. And it was kind of like, thumbnail was okay. Wasn't that great. It should have, like, kind of showed some interest. I didn't get but 1 or 2 clicks. And I thought, well, it just fell into the database of everything else I make. YouTube's not going to promote it. Maybe it's dealing with health. And they definitely don't promote health content from lay people. So I was just getting a little bit frustrated. I was about to throw in the card, throw in the deck. Then my man that I like to watch from time to time, Vegetable Police, if you see his content, he did the same video. He made like another carnivores versus vegan thing. And I'm like, what? There's no way that he got his idea from me. He just had to do his own. We're very similar. I wouldn't say a character. But we're very similar in ideology. I think we have similar paths as far as what we keep eating to improve our guts. We flip-flop around diets. But he's more religious based than I am. Like, he'll continue this thing to the undying end. It's like he goes through misery and pain, but he learns through that struggle, which is very interesting. Suffering is a interesting knowledge thing that you don't really care to learn like that, but spiritually you learn. Anyways, he makes one and I see the thumbnail he uses. I'm like, and I saw the reaction. He's got like all these people that's tuning in. I'm like, made me wonder. Oh, he's already got a good fan base. He's got a good subscriber base. But I was like, I'm going to take the exact same concept, doctor it up a little bit, because his title was a little bit vague. It was like, it wasn't like shining enough. And I just improved the shine work, which is basically I use color to kind of emphasize certain words in what I was making. I think I even made like the title, instead of his being like centered, I made mine all just on one line instead of staggered. And then the other thing was I put this $1 million in, like, I put like in question marks, like the $1 million question. People for some reason, like when they see numbers and dollar signs, they're triggered. It's like, whoa, whoa. And then I had on the backdrop, you see, I have this gorilla and this lion, basically like what he was using, and they're like at each other. And so it creates this interest of what is going on there. Let me tune in to see that. And for some reason, just making that change on the thumbnail, I went from 2 views, and it was like going 2 days worth. It was like only 2 views. I was like, okay. It went from that to now in one day, 626 views. I've got people commenting like I always ask them to, but y'all never comment. I'll be like, where the hell are y'all at? Y'all quiet mouse in the corner shit. Like, no, they commenting. I'm commenting. I have discussion. I have dialogue. Hell, I got a lot more now. I got to figure out what to, communicate with. But here's what I'm going to say. And then I'll probably just cut the video off of there because I just don't like my videos long. So one of the things that I'll discuss is like people in the comments are talking about these diets, and I like some of them. One commenter mentioned that it's like, look, don't eat one predominant diet over the other solely. Don't eat one diet solely. So don't eat just carnivore. Don't eat just plant. Vegan, eat a mixture of both. Eat mostly plant, which I don't know how I agree or disagree with that, and just try to do the best you can with this knowledge. Eat real food. That was another big thing. A lot of people will agree with this methodology. And I just made few comments back and forth with different people. Some people made comments about how the carnivore guy looked better than the vegan guy, but I think it's kind of hard to tell if you ask me, because you look at the vegan guy, he's in his scrubs. He ain't really showcasing himself. He don't look that bad. I mean, honestly, I don't think he looks that bad. His intellect is very much there. He's very aware on the content he wants to deliver, and he's in a very aggressive type format. Here's one thing that I seem to notice out of like the vegan community is that it's very weird. Like they carry like a disposition of anxiety or something, like it's an energy difference. I can only put it to like anxiety and neurotic. It's like neurotic. It borders on neuroticism. And when their energy's like that, it's almost like they're in attack mode, just trying to defend their points. And like they make it such a tribal position in the way that they attack. Like there's no discussion. This is the way. This is like they're showing up with their cross, and they're basically just slamming out every other religion. Like the cross, this is the only way. This is the only, you can only follow this path. And it's very interesting because we're a species that is multi-layered. We're complex. So I don't really, I don't understand that part. I don't know what's causing people in the vegan community to look that way. Only thing I can come up with is that their energy is just coursing through their body so much. I think as an energy level, like as far as if you would ask me, because I think protein is like power. Somebody equated this in another video, but protein is like power, and then carbs and fat are like energy. And so they're just operating predominantly off of energy. And so there's, but you give them a lot of weight, and it's not, they can't support it. It's too much. Like it's like they can't calmly deliver the same content. Maybe that's like me giving some idea, some metaphorical statement on power and energy. Like, can you deliver the same content calmly versus delivering it too energetically and too much of it too quickly to where the viewer has a hard time consuming what it is that you presented? Because if you speak with somebody in the carnivore community, a lot of times their way of communicating is slower, is more slow. It's easier to digest. It's not like I'm the most intelligent person on the planet. You got to take everything I got. You've seen me on some videos come on here and blah 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 like that. It is probably because I'm juiced up off of energy. For example, if I had my fruit like I normally do before I make these videos, I'm usually like prime time, let's roll it. And it's not like it's might raise my blood sugar levels, but it's not like it's throwing my insulin levels off. I never have sugar crashes really after my fruit. I don't know when. I might have had one or two, but this is like very not noticeable, which is interesting. You would think I got a sugar high, I got to get a sugar low. And if you pay attention to a lot of the literature, most people are struggling with the sugar lows. There's not really a lot of, like, when there's problems with the kidneys, when there's problems with the body or whatever's going on, it's usually the sugar lows that create these issues because there's instability, because insulin has been, not regulated well. And so, maybe anybody don't produce enough sugar or insulin, excuse me, but that's kind of like what I've noticed as far as like a epidemic or problem with diabetes and sugar. But again, like I commented on what these guys have said. I think some of them have been well put together. One commenter said, "Look, it's just about letting people do the best that they can." And at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, we are. I think too many times people on one side of the camp influence the other person. They basically evangelize, or they're very religiously strongly, like they cast their religion so strongly on people to make a decision like, well, what are you doing? Don't you know this is the only way? And it's not that easy. It's just not, I mean, it's people don't work that way. They have certain organisms inside their body, live by microbiota, that influence a lot of what they eat. That is mainly what you're based off of. They're from the dawn of time, basically, is the microbiota. So before you had us coming about, those were around. So they decide your future and fate a lot on especially what you eat and consume. There's so many variables to life. And it's interesting to see how mankind or humans try to grab it all up and make sense of it and say, I've got it figured out. I know exactly how we come about in this planet. We do this way. We are this way because of this. No, we don't know shit. It is multifaceted. It's very complex. So I'm not going to go and harp on that. I just thought I'd just make the video. I'm very happy about what's going on. Ain't nobody watched my other videos, by the way, because it's just me. I got my face on the thumbnail. Nobody cares about that. But if I make like a dazzling type title and thumbnail, I say title, but your title is your thumbnail. That is the main thing. I think the title is secondary to the thumbnail, but the title just needs to back it up. Maybe even be close. Maybe even use 2 to 3 words that are right there in the thumbnail. That's all you got to worry about, I think. Yeah, went on a hot air balloon ride yesterday in the cold. Didn't like it. Don't recommend it. Waited 2 hours for some stupid like, I didn't care. I won't do it again. Bucket list, great. Whatever. Guys, I hear my little one coming, so I will see y'all on the next video. Peace.